sometimes. And I also want to say I've been a student on many programs, and I continue, because I deliver the work, but I also like receiving and being in the other side of the screen as well, to have that experience. And I know that I've been in the past with I've done so many programs and things over the years, more like a little while ago, and I used to feel sometimes the frustration of being in a program, and I'd see I think I was in one particular one I'm thinking of, and there were just all these women in this program having these light bulb moments, having these shifts, having all of these things happen, and I was literally sitting there stuck. Really, really, really stuck. And these things that they were sharing, and the mentor who was doing it was great. Like, it wasn't about that. Like, they were great. I could see what was happening, and I could see they were getting these amazing shifts and results and things, and I was there, like, literally nothing was changing for me. And I felt the frustration. So I did a whole kind of like beating myself up and really questioning what was wrong with me and all of this stuff. I wouldn't do that now, because I understand more about the journey, and I guess I trust it a lot more than I used to years back. But I just wanted to acknowledge that, because a lot of people have that dynamic, actually, where we kind of go, oh, I didn't have that major shift over there that person had. And what I know from that, from being the person who was so stuck, I was on my own path, and there were reasons why I was hanging on to certain things, because it was so important to my soul growth to learn it in this other way. So another thing I want to share that's coming through is a reminder that whatever you're experiencing right now, in whatever area, there's a reason as well, that there's a timing. Doesn't mean you can't just release things. You could release things today, right? But there is always a timing around when that happens as well. So there's a beautiful divine timing. And I had this conversation with my guides not very long ago. It was on an issue when I've forgotten what it was. I've talked about it somewhere. I can't even remember, but it was something around, oh yeah, I found a journal from right at the start of my business from 7 years ago. I was clearing out some stuff, found a journal, and I was journaling and planning on things that I wanted to do in the business. And when I read that, like, last month, I got massively triggered, because I was like, I still haven't done that. I've done other things, but I haven't done these things. And oh my God, I wanted to do these things 7 years ago, and I'm here now and I haven't achieved those things. What a massive failure I am. And I had this massive meltdown, got myself into the bath. My guides reminded me, because I demanded some answers. I was very, very triggered, and I felt really disheartened. And my guides reminded me, as they are wanting me to tell you this now, to remind you of the same, that they said, if you had got the thing that you wanted to do 7 years ago, and you just attempted it and it worked the first time, and you just created this kind of level of success that you wanted to do in your business in this way, they said, how would that affect you now? And then I thought about it, and I realized, if I'd have just got it back then, and I didn't go through all the lessons I've gone through, and there have been many, all the lessons I've gone through since then, I would have almost cheated myself out of all the things I have learned. And the way that I teach now, and the way that I live now, is very different, because I've experienced what I've experienced. And they really, really reminded me and got me to see that it wouldn't have served me to have all of that figured out. So that's something for you to receive right now if you need it, because and again, we're not saying that you have the capability, you can release and clear and shift in an instant on certain things, but those other things that you don't, there's a divine timing in it. So you can still clear and shift, you can still have significant results, is what they're saying, but we're not going to get very stuck on it needs to be now in this particular session, because there is a bigger journey that you're having. There's more soul growth, right? So we just relax about this, and this is why we're just going to give ourselves permission to just shift what we're ready to shift, give ourselves permission to release and to clear and to recode wherever we're comfortable, but remembering we're only doing it one level at a time. And I'm the same. There are things that I can shift right now, but maybe there are things I'm not going to shift in certain areas until the time is right later, and then that's me ready for that next level. So pressure off. Okay.